Bitwise files for the first XRP spot ETF in the United States. This is very bullish for the XRP asset. And Ripple scores a massive license in Dubai, which is going to benefit their payments business. And HBAR gets a massive trust from an institutional investment firm. I'll give you all the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's quickly touch on the price of Bitcoin because we're seeing a significant pullback. Bitcoin right now just below $61,000, but you can see the red candles on the daily chart. But this is not unexpected. It's what I've been warning you guys about, that the bottom may not be in. We could still see some volatility as we head into Q4. And we know Q4 overall is a positive for the markets, especially risk assets. So I do expect Bitcoin to hit new all-time highs in Q4, hopefully 100,000, but maybe we just get to 90 and then 100 into 2025. But as stated, not unexpected, because I've been sharing with you guys for months now that the DXY could see some strength in the short term before ultimately breaking below 100. We know there's an inverse correlation, so the DXY finding strength here back over 101. That means risk assets like Bitcoin and the stock market are going to see a slight pullback. But we're on track from a macro perspective. And here's what analyst Crypto Wizard said. Trap for the bears, he asks. A test of 60K or lower and then a reversal would form a higher low in Bitcoin and be a very bullish signal. The next phase is imminent. Weather the storm. The parabolic phase is coming. So I'm in full agreement with this. And as he said, weather the storm, be patient. Don't look at the price if it bothers you when it's very volatile like this. So just be patient, guys. That's a big part of investing. Now, one thing I want to highlight is that whales are buying. They continue to buy the dips, and we're seeing stablecoin minting and liquidity is on the rise. Today, just today, USDC, the amount that was minted was insane. We had one transaction for over $139 million, another transaction for over $50 million. Where do you think this stablecoin liquidity is going to go? Into the crypto market. So these are things I've been sharing with you over the years. We have to watch the macro factors. Yes, we have to look at the charts. We have to look at the fundamental. We got to look at the stablecoin supply. We got to look at different metrics and so forth. Not our emotions, but the data. And we're seeing a lot of great things here, guys. And the whales are going to buy up the dip. And if you are able to, not financial advice, this is still a good place to enter the market. I'm personally looking to continue to grab up some altcoins, which have not really broken out and are still below even their retracement levels. So that is something I'm looking at and continue to do. Now, the big news of the day. This is incredibly bullish news. Bitwise Asset Management has submitted a filing for an XRP spot ETF. This news has been confirmed. And many of you know I've often had Matt Hogan, Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise, on the podcast. I have him on at least once a month. We talk a lot about the ETFs and so forth. Bitwise is a great firm that has many different crypto products. Even before the ETFs, they had index funds and other products. So they've been doing this for a long time. And Matt Hogan is an ETF expert. He was in the business even before crypto. So this is incredible news. And I want to show you guys proof that this has been confirmed, because I remember, I don't know if it was earlier this year, that someone filed a fake XRP ETF from BlackRock in the state of Delaware. I don't know why someone would do that, but this is legit. So Matt Hogan said, we can confirm this is a registration by us. It is a registration of a trust entity in Delaware. We can share more details and comments tomorrow. Now, I'm going to try to get Matt back on the podcast as soon as possible to talk about this. Now, Eric Balchunas, ETF analyst at Bloomberg, also confirmed this. He said, I spoke to the folks at Bitwise and this is legit. Eleanor Terrett of Fox Business also confirmed with Matt Hogan. So once again, we got confirmation this is a legit filing. Very bullish for the asset class. And if you recall, when I interviewed Matt in October 2023, they had just relisted XRP. So this was after the ruling from Judge Torres, of course. And in my most recent interview with Matt from September, around September 12th, he had hinted that they were working on other altcoin ETFs, and he referenced the pillows in my background where I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Cardano. And he was like, look, we're working on some of the altcoin ETFs, some of which you have in your background. Now, he couldn't name which ones, right? So it could have been Cardano or it could have been XRP. But nevertheless, they did it. And this is very bullish. And folks, remember, just earlier in September, Grayscale relaunched their XRP trust. So, do these institutional investors know something we don't, or are they seeing the demand from institutional investors and they're launching these products, right? Because look, they're in the business of making money. Make no mistake about it, right? They want the fees. They're trying to grow their revenue just like any other business. So, they're not just going to launch something for fun and have it lose money. There's demand, and that is very bullish. Now, some people are going to get emotional. They're going to leave hate comments and say XRP sucks and blah, blah, blah. If you are here to hate on tokens and invest with your emotions, best of luck to you. Because if you invest with your emotions, you're going to get wrecked. I'm here to make money. And I've said that for years. I believe in the technology. I would love to see the adoption of it, and I advocate for that. But first and foremost, my number one priority is to make money so that I can use this money to give my family and myself financial freedom and retire as early as possible. So keeping it 100 with you guys, and even the haters just know what's happening here. So XRP is still in the top 10, regardless of if you love or hate it. And these institutional investors are launching trusts. They're filing for spot ETFs. So incredible stuff. Now, Nate Geraci, who I've had a lot on the podcast, he's the president of the ETF store. I'm actually going to have him on the podcast next week. He tweeted out about this saying, Bitwise positioning to file for XRP ETF is highly noteworthy, in my opinion. In short term, this is likely a call option on the November election, but Bitwise is a highly credible crypto native firm that doesn't just throw stuff at the wall. That's simply not in their DNA. This is strategic. I can't wait to talk to Nate about this. And once again, these are experts. These are ETF experts. This is not some random dude on Twitter. I bring you guys information from people who are of high caliber, have the experience. They've been in the industry for a long time, even before crypto. So very bullish news here, my friends. I'm super excited. Now, I know some people are going to say, but dude, what if the SEC appeals the lawsuit? And what if the SEC denies this and that and so forth? That is a possibility, but I think every day that goes by as we get closer to the election, Gary Gensler is losing ground. And XRP, remember, Judge Torres ruled intrinsically is not a security. So that ruling stands right now, regardless of any appeal and whatever it may be. And we'll see. We don't know if the SEC is going to appeal, and we don't know if that appeal would block this ETF from being approved, given the ruling. So what you could have, folks, is another Grayscale situation where these ETF issuers sue the SEC saying, hey, you got to approve this XRP ETF. So I don't know if Gary wants to do that. That's going to put him in a tough position. And as always, game theory, folks, watch out for BlackRock, watch out for Fidelity, ARK, the other ETF issuers. I don't think Bitwise will be alone in this. And Grayscale could do it because they relaunched that trust. So interesting times, folks. Now let's move ahead. Ripple tweeted out today, we're delighted to have secured in principle approval of a financial services license from Dubai Financial Services Authority, unlocking our end-to-end payment service in the UAE. Stuart Alderati of Ripple said, good news as Ripple continues to add our global license portfolio, 55 plus and counting, a testament to our continued engagement with global regulators and growing opportunity in jurisdictions that choose to support innovation. And heads up, guys, I will be attending Ripple's Swell Conference, which is taking place this month on October 15th and 16th. I will be doing some interviews there, so I will try to get you guys as much information and content as possible. What you can do to support me, folks, is to please follow me on all social platforms, subscribe to my free email newsletter. It's free to do those things. It doesn't cost you anything. And be sure to check out our sponsor, Uphold. It's a great place to buy XRP, Bitcoin, and all the altcoins, guys. They have 300 plus cryptocurrencies. They don't commingle or lend out your crypto funds, and they are fully reserved. They have transparency reports you can take a look at, which I really love. And I've been using them since 2018, so I can vouch and I trust this platform. Guys, they also have a great product called USD interest accounts where you can put your dry powder or your crypto profits and earn up to 4.9% APY. And this service is FDIC insured, just like a bank. There's no monthly fees, no lockups, no terms or anything like that. You can pull your funds in and out at any point. So if you'd like to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, guys, the altcoin news continues. We got big HBAR news. HBAR is a token I hold in my portfolio. It is, of course, the native token of the Hedera network. So Canary HBAR trusts, institutional investors in the US can now acquire HBAR. So the HBAR Foundation tweeted out, "We're excited to announce that Canary Funds, the digital asset focused investment firm founded by Stephen McClurg, has launched the first dedicated HBAR investment vehicle in the United States." This is really big for HBAR, folks. So, founded by Stephen McClurg, former co-founder and CIO of Valkyrie Funds, the issuers of the Valkyrie Bitcoin ETF, Canary was established to drive innovation and manage private strategies to meet institutional demand for sophisticated cryptocurrency investment solutions. Through the launch of the Canary HBAR Trust, Canary Capital's debut product, any RIAs or institutional capital in the US that was previously sidelined, despite recognizing the industry-leading scalability and performance of the Hedera network, can acquire the HBAR token today. Very big news, folks. Very bullish. Once again, this is a token I hold in my portfolio, and Hedera is doing big things. Now, Binance CEO Richard Tang tweeted out today that Binance has secured registration in Argentina. So he said, "We now have 20 regulatory approvals globally. Our commitment to a sustainable, secure, and safe blockchain ecosystem for our users in LATAM and all over the world continues." So big news here for Binance, and they continue to expand their footprint. They are still the world's largest crypto exchange, guys. They obviously can't operate in the United States because of everything that's been going on, but they're huge in the Asian markets, and now they're doing Latin America, South America, and so forth. So these businesses continue to expand, continue to do their thing. Very bullish times are ahead. Just be patient, guys. It's going to be a roller coaster ride up, so just be prepared for that. Now, once again, don't forget to sign up for my free email newsletter on Substack. It's 100% free, guys. It's a way you can support me, and it doesn't cost you anything. Also, if you can, grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles in paperback and digital. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review. It will really help me out. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.